this, I think, will give you an opportunity, you and Minister Hughes, an opportunity to talk about what you might consider some of the issues that will probably be on the agenda of this organization and things connected with that agenda. We've got about 5 minutes, and of course, let's...
Oh, well, let me say this. You did share the fact that BMCR is the caucus of the Tennessee Conference, and that means that we really have no power of our own, but we are affiliated with the Ethnic Local Church Concerns Committee and Religion and Race Committee, and these two committees basically are our voice to the conference to help the issues that we see that are either racial or any other kind of injustice going on in the church. They help us to address that to the conference. And so it's because of the working together of these entities that we're able to bring about the kind of equality that we now see. We have 43 pastors, African American. We have 8 Asian and Hispanic ministries going on right now. And these different groups come together, and we see ourselves being listened to because of the work of BMCR, because BMCR is advocating for each one of these groups. We find ourselves being able to address through resolutions to the conference or through other kinds of legislation the needs that need to be made so that we can rise up in the church. We now have general secretaries, we have bishops, all because of the advocacy of this group and the other two groups working together. So Dr. Haney, we just thank you for the time being here and sharing this information, because many of our United Methodists do not know that behind the work of justice and equality, BMCR is hard at work. We're not a segregated group. We invite to be members of the BMCR persons of any ethnic group, so that we might carry out the work of Jesus Christ on earth.
But, and of course, it serves a very, very important point as a caucus among all of these groups, bringing all of this information together. And I think you mentioned earlier let me see if we can get this in reference to the central jurisdiction. The central jurisdiction generally served that purpose, would you say, that the caucus is now serving when it was segregated units?
Yes, sir. Basically, the central jurisdiction was the entity where African Americans and any other minority were lumped together to carry out the work of the church, and yet were thought to still be a part of the church, but we felt that isolation. And so with the dissolving of the central jurisdiction and the merging of the Evangelical United Brethren with the Methodist Church, we came into truly being united. But yet the work is not finished yet. We still have some areas in which there's still some inequalities, there's still some racism, and we work together prayerfully for God to work through us, that we might put an end to that, so we might truly be the church He's calling us to be.
You know, Mr. Hughes, go on. You were about to make some statements, and I was about to encourage you to do so. But, I don't want to encourage you to do something in reference to, because I think you were ready to make those statements.
Well, I did not want to forget to share the dates for the upcoming Southeastern Jurisdictional meeting, and that's October 25th through the 27th, and that event will be held at the Millennium Maxwell House Hotel. And while registration is required to participate in the workshop and conferences and plenaries, the worship services are a time for us to celebrate together.
And so, Reverend Edmondson, this is going to be a great Methodist meeting.
Yes, sir.
Of course, you know, you might be the Black Methodists with Church Renewal, but all Methodists and all individuals that are concerned about Christ and about God and etc. are invited to be a part of this great event. Very good.
Yes, sir.
And of course, we've got about a minute for our final comments, half a minute, and for the two of you, and then we'll be able to end this.
Certainly, just want to encourage our churches to participate on the local level, on the conference level, and at the jurisdictional level, and at the national level. This is a caucus where we have an opportunity to make a difference, and it's important that not only are we participants, but that we encourage our young people to get involved in the life of the church. That will be important for how we grow stronger leadership.
Very good. 20 seconds.
Okay. Our bishop here in Tennessee Conference is Bishop Richard Wills. He will be a part of this, as well as the bishop of the hosting conference, who's James Swanson, who will be preaching at the convocation, at the communion service on Thursday the 25th.
Very good. And of course, let me thank the two of you for bringing that excellent information about the organization, and encourage all those that might be familiar with what we're talking about here to get out and take a part of that. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you, and good morning.